Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFLTV. Are you listening to this interview here?
Brandon Scott, I
Yeah.
can't. Brandon, you're right. Just breathe. It's not good actually, no. Nearly had to knock the wig off. People don't realise that you've been setting this up for about 20 minutes. Rusty you are.
Rusty.
Yeah, because you don't. What happens is, some people within organisations, they get complacent, and when they get to the top, they stop getting their hands dirty. So watching you fiddle with your tripod, and it was like you look like an old man, like you look like me downloading an app. That's what it looked like. Do you know what I mean?
I look like? I look like you trying to put on a UK pay-per-view show last year.
Oh,
Clueless. Completely clueless. That's how I look there trying to set my camera up.
So, you know me, you always go to me, when are you going to do a UK pay-per-view? Because when I was doing a load of UK pay-per-views, all you ever did was moan.
When did I ever moan about UK
always did.
pay-per-view? If you did a shit one,
Listen,
I'd say...
Now, okay, so the fact that we've got Taylor Catterall, right, the biggest fight in Britain so far this year, and we have chose not to put it on pay-per-view.
Brilliant news.
When every other broadcaster wanted to put it on pay-per-view, are you criticising me that I'm not putting it on pay-per-view? Or are you saying, thank you, Eduardinho, for giving UK fight fans unbelievable value and not charging us extra money to watch this fight, which every other broadcaster in the world would do?
The latter. I'm saying thank you for doing that, but that doesn't kind of shy away from the fact of last year, for the first time in Matchroom history, there was not one UK pay-per-view. That's a fact.
Yeah. But also, we did we actually did 3 Anthony Joshua fights. One was pay-per-view, but we did 2 Anthony Joshua fights in the UK that were not pay-per-view, when every other AJ fight he's had for the last 6 years or 7 years or 8 years were pay-per-view. So you're now criticising me for no longer charging the public pay-per-view to watch AJ, to watch Taylor Catterall, and it's like some kind of running joke for you. Oh, Eddie, what? How many times have I got to tell you? We're not in the pay-per-view.
I heard you talk about
market.
it.
We don't want to do many pay-per-views. We want to make
Pay-per-view is dead. Pay-per-view is dead. You campaigned that 3 years ago, didn't you? Yeah, you did.
Find me where I said.
The zone spin, wasn't it?
Find me where I
You're
said.
the zone Matchroom. It's all the same thing, mate.
Find me where I said pay-per-view is dead. I said pay-per-view is dead at that price point. That is what I said, and that was in America. Pay-per-view is not dead in the UK, but these borderline pay-per-views that we used to do because it was the only way to get the money together to put the show on, now we have the ability to do it. So thank you to DAZN for offering unbelievable value for subscribers. You will not be seeing as many pay-per-views from me. Will you see a UK pay-per-view this year? Yes, you will. But where we can, we are looking to not charge additional money for subscribers to watch boxing.
That's great. But see all this like smoke and mirrors, yeah, that you're doing at the moment, yeah? You know what I mean. You know, when I say it, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean...
So you wanted to do Joshua and Dylan White last year, right? Obviously that fight didn't materialise, that would have been pay-per-view. Okay, Benn-Tank, etc. So it's not for the want of trying. The stuff that you wanted to go on pay-per-view didn't materialise for whatever reason.
It's if there is a fight of that kind of magnitude, very occasionally we will put it on pay-per-view in the UK. Now, just so happens that fights that used to be pay-per-view haven't been pay-per-view on DAZN. Taylor Catterall, the ones I particularly mean are the 2 Taylor Catterall fights, Taylor Catterall, the 2 AJ fights, probably Taylor Cameron rematch, they would have stuck it on pay-per-view. What else? Maybe a couple of others, but we're trying not to. But don't goad me into charging the public. I mean, what you're trying to do
No,
is...
it's not what I'm trying to do. No, it's not what I'm trying to do. Eddie, you know what you're doing. Listen, don't play this game here.
I find that very
This
disrespectful.
is a load of bollocks, this is, right? The fights you wanted to put on pay-per-view didn't happen for whatever reason. One, you couldn't make, you lost money on, to me, 500 quid, yes, which you paid up.
Which one? Oh,
Benn-Tank, December 23rd. The Dylan White situation with Joshua was out of your hands, so I won't give you a stick on that. But I'm saying, if you could, you would be putting these fights that were pay-per-view.
The difference is we're not looking to. We're not out there. I used to be out there looking to do a pay-per-view show. I'm not looking. I'm looking to not do a pay-per-view show. I'm looking to give you value for money without charging you extra money. However, we do now have the ability and the infrastructure to do pay-per-views. And if a major fight gets made, we may consider that option. But we are not at work every day going, oh, we need a pay-per-view because KUGAN wants to charge the public some more money.
I don't want to charge the public. You know what I mean.
They're going to let me, KUGAN's putting pressure on me to do pay-per-views, but Eddie, don't go against your new morals, which is don't do many pay-per-views and just give people value for money, because that is the new you, Eddie. Don't go back to your old ways where you used to try and ram everything together to do a pay-per-view, then have an argument with KUGAN where he used to criticise me for doing a pay-per-view. Now he's criticising me for not doing a pay-per-view. Which way do you fucking want it?
I'm glad Taylor Catterall isn't on pay-per-view. I'm very happy that he's not.
Because yesterday was brilliant. Yesterday felt like...
Outshone by Sam Jones, you were.
Mate, I love it. I was actually thinking that last night. Sam reminds me a little bit of like when remember Frampton Quigg? He reminds me a little bit of me at Frampton Quigg.
He reminded me of Adam Morley in Hey Bellew.
I don't want to be up there like a clown. I've done my clownness. Now I'm a senior corporate chairman. I want Sam Jones to just run the show up there today. But I think today will be interesting, because yesterday was a little warm-up, and it was good fun.
Okay, let's talk about today. Obviously, back-to-back press conferences today, starting with Gill and Barrett here, which is on April the 13th at the Arena. We've got Vong and also Jordan Flynn. Can we get some credit for that fight?
What do you want credit?
Absolutely getting credit for that fight.
What?
Mate, do you know,
to make that fight?
Are you joking? My interview, and they'll tell you, I can't see any of them, my interview with Cameron Vong in Dubai 3 weeks ago led to the back and forth.
How arrogant have you got when you're now turning up at pressers asking for credit? Do you want me to mention you in the presser when I talk about that fight? Yeah?
You know what? Do you want serious? Yeah, this fight, you don't hear me normally say it, but Vong and Flynn, without the input of IFL, wouldn't be on this card.
I will mention you in the press.
You don't need to. Yeah, do it, please.
That's a great little fight. I mean, obviously, it's got a bit of Taylor Catterall's about it on a lower level, but for these guys, I think it's a very risky fight to take. Cameron Vong, who's had 4 fights now, has looked spectacular. He's stepping up well beyond the levels, well beyond his time, really, in a 10-round fight against Jordan Flynn, who's a very good fighter. I love this card, I really do. I know we're talking about Taylor Catterall, talking about Joshua Ngannou, we're talking about Haney Garcia, and we're talking about all the unbelievable fights that we've made. But this card is a really, really good night of boxing. Zelfa Barrett against Jordan Gill, fantastic domestic 50-50. You've got Ellie Scotney against Lefebvre in a big unification matchup. You've got Rhiannon Dixon against Carabajal fighting for the world title. You've got Gomez against Kane Baker. You've got Cameron Vong against Flynn. It's a really, really solid night of boxing. And I'm looking forward to it, particularly Cameron against Vong. I think we'll see if those two...
That's the one that's going to go off up here.
Yeah, but it's all you want, isn't it?
That's all you want as well.
Yeah, that's the one that's going to go off up there.
That's what you don't want that, no?
KUGAN, what do you think I am? You
talk so much bollocks, honestly.
But
anyway,
we'll see. It's different because they're giving it the big one on social, and you saw it at the Next Gen show. But up there, under these bright lights, with all the media and everybody looking, it is a little bit daunting. So we'll see if we can get a little bit of banter out of them today.
Definitely. We're going to talk about Taylor Catterall after Taylor Catterall, which is at 5:30 this evening here in Manchester. What's that?
Got to do another interview.
Absolutely. We're going to use you like the cheap prostitute that you are, Edward. Right. So, offer turned down for Conor Benn and Gervonta Davis. Can you...
Yeah, look, it's not a... Oh, wow, like I saw yesterday, Gervonta Davis turns down offer, but we made him an offer which he felt he didn't want to discuss further.
Was it over 10 million?
Yes.
Was it close to 15 or 10?
It depends. It was over the 10, but it also had pay-per-view bonuses beyond that, gate bonuses beyond that, so it could have been 20, could have been 25, but he didn't really want to discuss it, so...
He didn't want to discuss it? So he has point-blank turned it down. You're not going to go back with another offer?
No. I made him an offer that I felt was an offer that, was quite powerful for the fight, and also could lead to a lot more than that beyond the basic. But
Do you think he's been advised that not to take the fight? Is that a possibility?
no, I don't think he really knows. I mean, I don't know. I think he probably doesn't quite understand the dynamic of the deal, the numbers. I might go back. I mean, to be honest with you, regarding Conor Benn, obviously he's had his hearing now, and we'll get the results of that in the next couple of weeks, hopefully all being positive. There was a situation that came up yesterday with a potential fight, which I'm not going to go into, but it will be a massive opportunity for Conor.
The UK?
Yes. Yes.
Another Brit?
No.
One of the
also-
15 names that you've mentioned for Conor Benn?
Yeah, he's one of the 15 names, yeah. And also Danny Garcia's been on to fight him at 154, which I think is another great fight, UK or America. But the one fight that I really want, and the one fight that I think Conor would love, could happen. But all we're doing now is waiting on the hearing result, because that will determine where he fights next, which determines who he fights next as well, and the date. So we're just basically putting everything in order, ready to strike as soon as that's done.
Will that fight be a pay-per-view fight?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, if it's one of the...
One that you want?
Yes.
Interesting.
you'll be happy.
And you're not talking about Danny Garcia at the moment, no?
So you'll be happy.
No, I'm looking at your statistics and just wanting you to benefit from this as well.
I benefit by making people happy. I benefit through providing people with value for money for their subscription.
Do you even care about money anymore?
Not as much as I used to, no.
It's weird, isn't it? Because you're all right, aren't you? You do all right for yourself. But that's not the motivation for you? I think people can see that.
I like to win. Winning, generally sometimes involves making money. But winning is about outperforming your expectations. It's about beating the competition. It's about having enjoyment and passion in your job and what you do. Many ways to win, isn't there? Is winning success? Do you know what I mean? My success used to be much more materialistic than it is now. I used to be a bit obsessed with money, really. More making it. Now, yeah.
Is winning satisfaction?
Yes, it is. Depends what. Everybody's different. There's no actual determination in terms of what is success or what is winning. Winning can be beating the opposition. Winning can be getting out of bed in the morning. Winning can be taking part. For me, winning is outperforming everybody and being the best. But that's not the only thing that determines success for me. Success now for me is more about how I feel. Physically, mentally, spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Like if you wake up in the morning, regardless of beating the competition, regardless of making money, regardless of what job you've got, and you're not happy and you feel like shit, are you really successful?
No.
You know what I'm saying? But I would have said that 5 or 10 years ago. I would have said, yeah, if you're beating the competition, if you're making money, of course you're successful. But not so much. It changes as you get a bit older, don't you, son?
Well, turning into a professional athlete can do that to people.
Well, that is part of why I feel successful. And I've got a long way to go, but I'm training nearly every day. Physically, I feel fantastic. Obviously, aesthetically, we're taking it to levels not seen before. But it does make me feel great. And if I feel great, that's part of the battle as you get older, I think.
You look well anyway, mate.
Yeah, I'm trying, mate. I'm trying. I've put on a bit of weight, but I guess what is it they say? It's bulk season.
Oh my God. Adam Azim and Dalton Smith. Like, you've put it out there basically that take the fight on Sky, no problem.
Yeah. No, because they're going to pull out the fight. So before they pull out the fight, I just want to make it clear, we will do the fight on Sky. Just make us an offer that you feel, it's a 50-50 split on the purse bid. If whatever you feel you'd pay Adam Azim, just make us the offer. I'll top it up if I have to. But yes, we will take that fight. But they will pull out that fight. Let's have a little guess. I think the purse bid, where's Tom or the boys? Not sure. I think they'll pull out the fight in the next 2 weeks. And they'll say, we are going in another direction. Listen.
Shame, it is a shame
Yeah,
if it happens,
not-
but they've got to do what's
Do you know what?
best for them as well.
You know what the reality is? They're not ready for Dalton Smith. But they can't. You shouldn't be talking about Keyshawn and Teofimo and all these guys if you're not willing to fight Dalton Smith for the British and European. But there's nothing. At the end of the day, if the team don't think he's good enough already for Dalton Smith, they have to pass. And I don't. When they pull out, I'm not going to go, oh, you've pulled out because you're not good enough or you're not ready for Dalton Smith, which is fine. But it doesn't really tally up with what else has been said. So Dalton Smith's got to fight Zepeda, who is well levels beyond Adam Azim at the moment. That's a tough fight, March 23rd. So that's all we're focused on. But yeah, they will pull out of the purse bid shortly.
We shall wait and see. Obviously, Aj-Ngannou approaching very quickly, 2 weeks on Saturday. Nervous or not?
Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm always nervous about every AJ fight, especially that one, because really it's just the unknown, isn't it? I mean, we know more than we did, and what we got to see was a lot better than what I thought it would be, which was a very capable boxer who's very strong and hits very hard and has no fear. But you're fighting a guy who's 0-1, which is, again, brings more pressure into it. So it's a must-win for AJ. I went to see AJ with Ben Davison last week. It's the first time I've been down his gym, actually, in Harlow, which is weird because it's only about 20 minutes from me. Very, very impressed. Impressed with the gym, impressed with the setup, and I think he looks fantastic. I really do. But this fight's a little bit different. This isn't Hrgovic. This isn't Fury. You know, arguably, it shouldn't be as tough as those fights, but it may be much more dangerous. So,
Are you expecting to knock him out?
I am.
There is a question going around, will he knock him out? I mean, you're looking for him to better the Fury win, yes?
No, I'm looking for him to win. Now, if you do it in a better fashion than Fury, which basically if you win the fight, you've done that anyway, because I don't think he won the fight, or if not, it was like a draw or whatever. So any win in a positive fashion would be outperforming Fury, but it's not really about outperforming Fury. I think if he goes in and demolishes him and stops him, it's a major statement. But I just want to win and move on. This is the 4th fight in 11 months. It's been a fantastic run, and can't wait to get out to Saudi.
Aj-Usyk, wow. Usyk against Fury May 18th. Will Joshua go to that? He beats Ngannou, will he go to
I'm
that?
not really a fan of going to the fights that he's not
Will he
involved.
go to them
No.
fights, does he?
Maybe though, maybe. I mean, look, obviously he wants the winner, so yeah, let's just make sure they get in the ring.
Do you think that Joshua beats Ngannou, a deal will be in place for Joshua to fight the winner of AJ and Usyk?
Of course, you know, His Excellency. If AJ stops Fury, if AJ stops Ngannou, Fury beats Usyk, that fight's getting made.
Okay, Edward, thank you very much.
You're interviewing me twice today. That's enough.
We're going to speak to you after Taylor Cantrell.
Good.
Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.